Assalamu alaikum. I'm your host Salim bin Muhammad Rafi, and this is my YouTube channel. It's unfortunate that we had such leaders, and these are the two parties which dominated the politics of Pakistan and they ruled over that. Unfortunately, we got a cricketer and who is self-centered, who has such an ego. He means well. He works 24 hours round the clock. He has a, a real kind heart, but that's not enough. You being just honest to yourself is not enough. You're not making money yourself enough. You're not stealing money. It's not enough. Unfortunately, you have to take the whole team with you along and polish them and let them follow you and let them follow your policies. They are not. And it's not only these forces, the bureaucratic forces, your opposition. You have people even in your own government who are pulling your legs all the time. So, what chances you have to succeed? And with all the good intentions, and I hope God that you get an opportunity to amend your own ways first, clean your own home first, then you will see for yourself that you did have an opportunity where the chief of army staff, who liked General Bajwa, who believed in democracy, who did not believe in martial law or who did not believe in interfering in the democratic process. That's a unique thing that these 3.5 years you have spent as a prime minister with a chief of the army staff, both on the same page. This is a rare thing. And look at this in rare thing. Judiciary is going its own way. You build up a case, you spend years and years, they give a stay order. You bring up a case through your NAB, through FA, and the Supreme Court sets it aside. They set up precedents which no judicious system will accept. They don't want any accountability for themselves. How could a judge be without an accountability for himself? How could anybody be? How could be a doctor or an engineer or a prime minister or a chief secretary or a secretary or a bureaucrat or a politician? How could anybody be without accountability? So you did nothing. These were the institutions you had to reform. You had to reform to start with judiciary because your party's name is Tariq-e-Insaf. So if you could correct that, if you could revolutionize that, how judges should be selected, how they should be made accountable, not by a body, by public. Let the public decide through just like a referendum in the newspapers that who has given bail not in the normal circumstances any judicial process will give. Who would let the robbers get away with money? Who did it? And then remove those judges. Why don't you? You have the help of army. You have the help of people. Don't just do, but follow up whatever process is available to you without violence, without doing anything. Change the constitution. Go on the floor of both the houses or have two-third majority where you can work day and night just yet you did it on dharna. And for 3 months of that, you put the whole country on brakes. Well, let's see what you can do. Even if you manage to correct the judicious system of this country, I assure you that you will be able to correct the bureaucrats, police, the lawyers, the doctors, everybody, politicians, all this nonsense which goes up in the National Assembly or in the Senate and on this horse trading, and this will stop because having good judges, having Justice prevailed from a poorest person in the street to the prime minister's place or the president. Everything can be smoothened up, but not without taking care of the this judicial system first. You never ever looked at that institutions to change it. You are afraid because as they humiliated the chief of army's extension, why did that chief justice did it? God only knows. Why was Chaudhry Iftihar, the chief justice, restored back? To what avail? The I think history proved that he was not a fit person, and the way he uh, took suo moto actions for a samosa sellers to you could imagine he made a mockery of justice, and the people who helped him, he got rid of them one by one. Even those people, I'm very sorry to say, wearing black coats are doing nothing, are saying nothing. Instead, they have their own pockets of resistance, they call bars. They call their bodies, which they elect their own from amongst their own lawyers. And that's their center of power to oppose any judge, to any government, to any change in judicial system. Which is just like union in universities. They destroyed the education system and the lawyers have destroyed the judiciary.